One Battle After Another is a very good movie filled with interesting characters, and it may be the most politically relevant film to come out of a major Hollywood studio in some time. Leonardo DiCaprio stars as, now comfortably in his middle age, Bob Ferguson, an ex-revolutionary from a group called the French 75. He's called back into action after years of dormancy when his daughter Willa, Chase Infinity, is kidnapped by his nemesis, Colonel Stephen Lockjaw, Sean Penn. Along the way, Bob encounters other revolutionaries fighting their own battles, like Sensei Sergio St. Carlos, Benicio del Toro, great as always, who runs an underground railroad. What sets this film apart, beyond its hefty mid-$100 million budget, which a lot of studio movies, which is a lot for um, non-superhero studio films, is how boldly it frames its white supremacist villains in the modern-day U.S. government. Most films depicting such figures retreat to a historical setting, but this one is set firmly in the modern day. The story is purportedly inspired by Thomas Pynchon's novel Vineland, which takes place during the Reagan administration. Another Reagan-era set novel, The Long Walk, was also adapted into an R-rated film released this month. The people I met at the theater too went and saw that. I saw it last week. If you want me to review it, let me know. Anyways, that one chose timelessness. This film chooses timeliness. Its directness makes it a bit brave, really. One battle balances all of the necessary elements of a good movie, yet despite that, it doesn't quite land with the punch it could. This feels mostly intentional because the filmmakers don't want to alienate specific audiences, nor do they want to burn through the pile of money it took to make the film. The other reason lies in the title and poster. Bob is both an ex-revolutionary and a parent. For all the battles he wages to save his daughter, there are others he can't fight for her. She must stand on the front lines herself. The film's softness comes from its portrait of a parent ready to pass the struggle to the next generation. One telling moment, for example, Bob asks his daughter which pronouns her friends use before hilariously scolding them over her safety. Not that they particularly care. He mentions, I'm just trying to be polite, and, half the battles in this movie are really the adults trying to remain relevant. One Battle After Another is filled with deliberate artistic choices that make its feel-good nature all the more rewarding. You sense you're in the hands of a true artist, not a design-by-committee blockbuster. Everything, the costuming, like Bob's robe, the lighting, even how characters walk, feels purposeful, helping the film carry momentum across its 2-hour and 41-minute runtime. Johnny Greenwood's score pushes the action forward, and the film slows down only, again deliberately, when villains are on screen by themselves, moments that make you despise them even more. It's hard to say how much this film will change the world or whether it will move anyone to act, but when it reaches its destination at the end, you know it's done all it can in the best way possible. I give One Battle After Another a B+, 7.9 out of 10. It opens in theaters today, September 26, 2025.